the album concept hour. The album concept hour. It's the album concept hour. Side B.
Oh, it's still a Breaking Bad theme.
I'm okay with that. Can they hear me right
Watch
now?
our... Yeah, everybody can...
Everyone, hello. It's Brad the Baron here from the Album Concept Hour Side B. I'm down with just leaving that every week, honestly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was from our stream last week where we covered New Mexico and Arizona. But that's not what we're covering this week. I'm Brad the Baron. As I said, this is Nate and Manny over there on the ones and twos. And tonight, I don't think that Caitlin's going to be joining us. But she still might later. Who knows? But we are two people here to cover two states. And I think we can cover it. We got the big old state of Montana and its little baby brother, Wyoming. So, yeah.
Two very square or four-sided states. Although Montana, I think Montana surprised me with its shape. I thought it was more box-like, but then it turned out to have some sort of natural-ish border, probably along a river.
Montana kind of looks like an ox or something, like not an ox, a buffalo kind of, you know. It's like wide.
Yeah, it's vaguely shaped like a buffalo.
The front of it's kind of scruffy, you know, on the left. But yeah, I mean that's one that's definitely they were just like, all right, well, there's this big area of like nothing. You want to just call that one spot? Because yeah, Montana. Actually, I should actually look at the population. I don't actually know what the people joke about the population of Montana being very low, but I'm about to right now find out for sure if that's true. Looks like they have 1 million.
It's low. It's relatively low.
That's pretty low for the States.
I mean, there's more people in New York City than that state. But yeah,
there's probably more people on a block of New York City than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Montana is just a big mountainous region, and got some surprisingly big names that are from Montana. So in the first half we're doing Montana, second half we're doing Wyoming. This first half, we got some Hank Green, we got some Reggie Watts, we got some we have a special song from a director that you guys may know. But yeah, it's really interesting list, and I'm excited for this one. Had a lot of fun listening to it again today. But yeah, thank you, Nate, for procuring a lot of this one. Yeah, so I have never been to Montana. Full disclosure, never been to Montana here. It does seem like it'd be a kind of Sufjan-esque region. I feel like there'd be some you'd be able to make a Sufjan-esque song, but maybe a little more country western. And then Wyoming, I feel like I've been to Wyoming, but I can't put my finger on what for.
Yeah, I haven't been to either of these states. I haven't really been to anything that is like west or north of Iowa. So like if you just took like the cropping tool and cropped out like Washington and whatever is north of Iowa. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been to Minnesota,
Wyoming.
Yeah, like the exception is maybe Minnesota. I've been pretty north of Minnesota, so but yeah.
Yeah. Minnesota's still we still claim that in the Midwest, But yeah, it's they're I don't know, I don't know enough about either state to make even like jokes about them. So like, they're just kind of the western one of those northwestern states, wide open places, But yeah, we're gonna hopefully learn about a little bit about them. This first one we have for you guys is from one of the previously mentioned artists. This is Hank Green. If you recognize that name, that's because he has a huge YouTube following. He's one of the Vlog brothers. Him and what's the brother's name again?
John Green, who
John
wrote
Green.
A Fault in Our Stars and or The Fault in Our Stars, I think. And he also has started. He started a crash course in history on YouTube, and his brother Hank, who we'll listen to in a second, he is like the science guy.
Yeah, that's right. Because he had the SciShow thing a while back.
Yeah,
I think he might still be doing that for all I know. But
he still is.
Really,
yeah,
really.
I watched the
Great
episode
guys,
today.
Though. Nice. Yeah, I always enjoyed them when I did watch them a while back, and I usually click on them; they come up in my feed. But yeah, this is a real They Might Be Giants kind of track. This is Mother Pheasant Plucker.
They sang our life as a mother pheasant plucker is present. Just listening to music as I pluck mother pheasants. I'm a pleasant pheasant plucker, and nobody's ever heard a pleasant mother pheasant plucker like me say the F word. And my mother was a mother pheasant plucker as well, and she loved to pluck the mother pheasants, yes I could tell. And she sang this song as she plucked all day long.
Yeah, so it's a fun one. This one feels like a novelty song, like, in the realm of like Weird Al or something like that. Like it's kind of a joke. It's kind of a joke from the start.
Oh, so Raid 8 is chatting with us and saying, it's
Rate 8
or E-Rate from the Discord.
Oh, Arate, what's up, Arate? Welcome back.
Saying that hasn't heard this song before, but has heard other Hank Green songs.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty. It's kind of like what's that guy that did the end theme for Portal? John something, but you know who I'm talking about. John Coltrane, Jonathan Colton,
maybe Jonathan Colton, but yeah. John Coltrane didn't.
Coltrane, no. Yeah. That's something completely different. Not quite. That's not novelty music. This is a very much a kind of fun, like, it's not like made to be a hit or a single or to feature in anything. This is just made to have fun with words and in general just have fun making it. So. Although one thing I noticed is it's so the whole thing of it is he's saying this term over and over again that is very similar to motherfucking pheasant or motherfucking any the words together. If you hear them fast enough, you can kind of hear that, and he says it faster and faster and faster. But what's odd about this is it's got an explicit rating on YouTube. And I really don't think he actually swears in this song. Like, I'm pretty sure he says, quote unquote, the F word at the end of each stanza, but like, I don't know. I think YouTube's being a little heavy handed with this one. Unless he specifically
it could be that it's actually. No, yeah, I was going to say it could be that it's actually got the F word in the very end of it because it gets really, really fast.
But I think it's only there as a trick of the ear, though. I don't think he's actually saying,
Yeah.
Because the whole like point of it is that he's good at saying the phrase, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I get it. But at the same time, I'm just like, I feel like it might stealthily be there because I swore I heard it at the end.
I thought I might have heard it, but I listened back a few times, and I don't think he's actually saying the F word at any time. But listen back if you guys want. Slow down the tape. Find out if he's legitimately saying the F word. We want to know. Get in our DMs, get in our Discord, and share your opinion. We want to hear from you guys. But the next track, we have another legend of the internet world for this track. A very different kind of legend, though. This is Reggie Watts, who was the band leader for Comedy Bang Bang. He did the theme song for the show, as well as he was live band leader for 2 seasons, I want to say. I don't know. But yeah, he's an amazing improv musician, and he represents Montana quite a bit. He goes back and does stuff there a lot. So this is from his album Why Shit So Crazy, and the song is A Future in the Future.
The cold stays cold, the hot stays hot. The cold stays cold, the hot stays hot. The cold stays cold, the hot stays hot. And the cold still motherfucking is. So I'm a take about, take my time, take a pound. Chop, chop, and I'm bound.
Fucking Reggie Watts. I could listen to this shit all day.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got this flow to it, but like it's not for everyone. Like my fiance was saying, "Oh, it's kind of a little too weird for me at points," and I'm like, "Yeah, I can understand that," but it's just like I like how it's like stream of consciousness. It just came out of him. He's got his little mixer, his loop set up.
Yeah, because like most of the time these are not thought out ideas. I can tell you that having listened to all of the podcast episodes of Comedy Bang Bang, he's not really one for bringing details to the table. He's definitely more of a improv in stream of thought kind of guy. So yeah, that tracks. But it is kind of awkward for some people though, because it's from that kind of amalgamation of improv and music, and like for some people just improv in general is just weird. You know, some people just can't really get into it. But I love me some improv, so I'm a real nerd for it.
Yeah. But side note to this, for the first and second track, I'm just surprised. I was like, oh yeah, Hank Green lives in Montana, and I can't for the life of me remember the city that he lives in. But does it really matter? Yeah. I mean, I think he lives there for like expense reasons. And then
he went to school there.
Yeah, he went to school there.
Yeah.
But he also has expressed how he likes the taxes and everything there too.
Yeah.
But then Reggie Watts, I had no idea that he also grew up there. So I just wanted to say that, like, he grew up, I think, in Billings, or I can't remember the city that Reggie Watts grew up in either. But
I am not sure, but I don't doubt that he did. And it's you
Great
like,
Falls, Montana.
Both of these, either of these first two, like wouldn't really know they're from that area unless you did what we did and researched for musicians from Montana. But they're definitely more kind of their own independent thing that's like more representing a bigger like themes. But I highly recommend checking out Reggie Watts if you don't know about him. Just look at some kind of live video. It's just kind of magical to watch. There's not really a way to describe it much. Like the clip doesn't do it justice, But I was gonna actually, when we were doing getting together the clips for this, I was going to try to find that movie Legendary that me and you watched that we reference sometimes.
Oh, you mean Legend? Yeah, the one that had
Tom Cruise,
and then
young boy.
Yeah, and Tim Curry as like this devil.
Oh,
he
had
had so much makeup on, but
he looked kind of like the devil from Tenacious D a little bit.
Yeah. But he wasn't called the devil. He was like some lord. Yeah, but Brad was saying that Reggie Watts actually redid the score of the movie. Mm-hmm. And then like you can watch the movie with his score if you ever get a hold of it, because I'm not really sure how to do so anymore. I found it on the internet.
I ran into a dead end, is what I was going to say.
Oh,
Trying to
no.
find... Yeah. I went to the Earwolf subreddit, and someone mentioned like that they had seen him live do a very similar thing, but that was all I could get out of it.
Wow.
But I hope that maybe I don't know, maybe in his maybe he has a Patreon or something where all that random shit would be. But if you guys know out there, if you're a Reggie Watts nut out there and you know where he keeps his movie score things whenever he does that live, they're so good. I wish he had a whole series that was like promoted and stuff. But yeah, it's like Mystery Science Theater, but like bizarre. Like not words, just like mumblings and sounds. I don't know. It's very strange.
It's like just
again,
what he's thinking about the characters at the moment, and it's fair.
Yeah.
It's almost like childlike in its approach, but it's in a good way. I mean, like it's just off the cuff.
Well, that's like literally how Paul McCartney writes. He just kind of he keeps saying weird sounds until he gets words, and then he like makes the words into like stories and stuff.
Okay.
Like, it's so weird. But yeah. Get Back documentary. Again, I've recommended it on both the podcasts quite a bit. But this next track we have for you guys, moving right along, is another alum of the great state of Montana. And this is Hip to Be Square by Huey Lewis and the News.
But I don't even care. I know that it's crazy. I know that it's nowhere. There is no denying that. It's hip to be square. It's hip to be square. It's hip to be square. So hip to be square.
So, fuck, marry, kill. Hank Green, Reggie Watts, and Huey Lewis. What do you think?
Kill Huey Lewis. No.
Yep. That's a given.
I mean, oh yeah.
Personally.
In Minecraft, of course.
Yeah.
But
I was
yeah.
thinking marry Reggie Watts. And I guess I'm gonna fuck Hank Green. Yeah.
Just once.
Yeah, just had that random thought while listening to this one.
I would agree with that assessment.
Yeah. This is Hip to Be Square from the album 4. You've all heard it. Wait. Did you? Hold on. I feel like there's someone in my house. 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So Brad is gonna go do a safety check at his house, and we are going to just. I hear Brad laughing so hard right now. I bet his dog has done something in his house, or what happened, Brad?
Oh my god!
I heard you laughing.
So it was actually me on the YouTube the stream in the living room coming out of my surround sound. So I was like, the fuck was that? Okay. All right. It was me. So yeah, my bad, guys. It's like, is someone in my house right now?
Wow.
Like, I did
Damn,
not.
dude.
Like, I think the door's locked. That's not good. Okay. Anyway. Huey Lewis in the News, Hip to Be Square. I this song's fine,
Yeah.
Like I used to really I used to hate Huey Lewis in the News. I used to really dislike any time it came on.
Yeah.
But,
Well, tangentially speaking about breaking and entering scares and Huey Lewis in the News, it makes me think of Back to the Future, where there's a scene where he goes back in time and goes back into his house and or goes back to his original time after 2015 with the Trumpy Biff, and then there's a black family living in his house. Yeah. And it's like crime ridden in the 80s. Yeah, Trumpy Biff in the 80s. I mean,
Yep.
Anyway, that was a side note. But anyway, Huey Lewis in the news happened to make some music. And he was actually, I think Huey Lewis may have appeared in the first movie, but at least his music did.
He was,
2 of his songs.
Yeah. He said that Marty McFly's music was too loud. It was like.
Oh yeah, he was the principal or the music director.
Yeah. So yeah, I was really I mean, you know, the theme of the song is fine, I guess. Hip to be square. He's mostly just singing about it's, you know, how he's just excited that he's like getting shit done in life now. He's mostly just reached a point where he's acting like a functioning adult.
Yeah.
Which I guess is square in this case. In the 80s. But yeah, this is like the quintessential like anti-drug 80s song, you know? Like it feels like
Yeah, it definitely comes off like that. It also comes off like just like pop schlock.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's because I mean, his stuff is good for movies, but it's just, you know, he's a movie making guy, movie music guy. And
movie music.
I was saying the other day with you, I don't think it should be on the same echelon as like other rock bands necessarily, because it's like it's a slightly different thing. But yeah, Huey Lewis and the News fans come at me. Old demographic. I'm picking,
but I'm sure he's doing just fine in Bitterroot Valley, where he lives in Montana. And that is the whole reason why he's on this playlist at all.
Yeah. He's staying there. He's found his home. Square. This next track we got for you guys is a little track by someone called Nicolette Larson, and the song is "Lotta Love."
Bass.
Yeah.
It's like slap.
Yeah. So this is actually composed by Neil Young. Did you know that?
I didn't know that until right now, but I did know that they were collaborators.
Yeah. So she got her start, doing some backup vocal for Neil Young, because he was seeking out someone to do female backup vocals, and I guess like 3 people recommended her in one day. So he like got a hold of her and started working with her, and apparently she had kind of a rocky career with the music. This is probably her biggest hit. Yeah, a lot of critics really like they were kind of mean about it, but they were like, oh, she's better in like a group setting than alone, and
Okay.
Yeah, but I this song's pretty great.
Yeah, it's very 70s.
Yeah, we've all probably heard it once or twice. It's not like one of the crazy big ones, but yeah, it's one of them. Oh, you were telling me she briefly dated Weird Al in the 80s.
Yeah, the late 80s.
Yeah. Which would have been really, I was thinking it would be really funny to see them together, because they have like the similar type of curly hair,
Yeah,
although
I hadn't really put that together at first.
Well, I suppose at the time she would have had the long curly hair, and he would have still had the kind of shorter, weirder curly hair. Because in the 90s he did the longer one, so maybe he got his inspiration from her.
Could
You know?
be. Yeah.
Something like that. It's a nice poof. I want to make.
Or maybe he thought that after, because I remember, didn't he get like LASIK or something at some point, or get contacts or whatever? Because he had glasses
yeah,
too.
yeah. For the
So
90s,
maybe he was like,
he had glasses.
yeah, take away the glasses, and he's like, I gotta grow my hair out really long, and then that way I maintain some of the weirdness level in some other way. Like not everybody has like
Yeah.
really like longer hair.
Yeah, he
Like
could
he
have gone
does.
the whole Carrot Top route and like beefed, hulked up, and
Right.
just, just been a beefcake from then on. But he decided, I'm going to be weird. That's my name. I'm going to continue to be it. So yeah. A lot of love, Nicolette Larson. Great voice. Let us know if you're a fan of Nicolette Larson, and let us know any other like really great tracks from her. I'd be curious to hear what fans of her think, because it's a solid voice. But for the next track we got for you guys, we actually found an artist, really famous artist actually, from Montana, a Native American artist from the Firecrow is his last name. Joseph Firecrow is
From
his
the Crow
name.
Nation, yeah.
From the Crow Nation, yes. His kind of backstory is kind of interesting. He originally went to a lot of like Catholic schools and a Mormon school at one point, which is really common with Native Americans in the U.S. It was common to go through these different schools, which could be really awful, like erasure of their heritage sometimes. In this case, he was noticing that he was kind of losing touch with his heritage, and kind of forgetting about some of that. So he went back to the Northern Cheyenne Reservation, and tried to, reintegrate himself into that group. But it was a little bit difficult at first. Some of the people even in the reservation, were kind of hesitant to accept him in, but he now he's one of the biggest, Native American flutists in the world. So, really cool backstory though. Were you gonna say something, Nate?
No, I was just thinking that was a really good, description of what he did. I'm not really big on the flute music, and I feel like there's more of like a spiritual element to it.
Yeah.
But like that sometimes makes me feel like I'm not sure if it's for me. And then of course we did talk about the people who that one like white guy, and then that guy who was like claimed heritage. So like sometimes I get worry around that kind of thing. But I did like this guy, and I was glad that we were able to verify that he was like a prolific flautist in his community. And
and he was a Grammy nominee as well. So wait, is it a Grammy nominee, or I think it was a Grammy. Yeah, he does music. What am I talking about? Yeah, he was a Grammy nominee, and he's probably the most well known Native American flautist. And here's a little quote that he has on his website here, or artist profile here on worldmusiccentral.org. The music was beautiful to my ears. Oh, actually, I'll read the earlier part. The very first time I heard the flute, I was a young boy living on the Northern Cheyenne Reservation located in southeastern Montana. Grover Wolfvoice was the flute man playing this wonderful music. The music was beautiful to my ears, yet it scared me. There was much poverty and depression at that time. The sound of the flute touched my heart, where there was much pain and uncertainty. Through all of the hardships of reservation life, the beauty and wonder of our homeland beckoned to me. So, yeah, he was really interested in this from a very, very, very young age. And yeah, let's hear it. This is Cheyenne Nation from the same titled album. It's got kind of an 80s feel to it. There's like a synth going on in the background a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, it has a. It reminds me of some new age music that my dad was into for a little while. That was like kind of like easy listening almost. Yeah. But much more.
That used to be a
authentic.
Big section.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a big. It was a big tent and a big section of like entire. Like record stores and stuff for a while.
Yeah. New wave or new age. No, just new wave. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
New
wave
age.
is. Yeah.
New age was basically just world music. It's just music that they couldn't really categorize. So
right.
Like, it's new age. Yeah.
Well, I think some of it was like in reference to like, I should say, like, yeah, basically just white dudes who were like, I'm a yogi or whatever, and they would like do these breathing exercises to like a music that somebody had made, and it's not always necessarily authentic. And I think what happens is that the authentic stuff and the inauthentic stuff get lumped in together as one genre called new age when it's distributed in the United States. So that's why.
Well, the thing is, I think music is kind of a I don't know, depending on where you're coming from with it, it is a spiritual experience. It's often used in worship all over the world. That's where some music comes from. Is that kind of spiritual side of it. So it's like, where was I going with that? But I was just kind of getting the idea that like perhaps this is. Perhaps even in some of those cases where they're not actually from those places, they're kind of putting that out there, getting into that spiritual thing.
Right.
Like as like a white guy, we don't I don't really have much culture to that I care to draw from. But as long as you're not appropriating as like that guy on our episode where it was like he was leaving it vague and like. Letting people make their own assumptions. It's
right.
Like, hey, if you're not a part of it, just say you're not a part of it. And you like this style, it's fine.
Exactly.
But yeah, because you're allowed to enjoy this music, guys. It's it's music. But yeah, this next track we have for you guys is a little track from Wiley the Wild. This is Rodeo to the Bone.
He's a rock star, a Frankenstein, a stapled up and sewn, a bronc stomping, a honky tonkin' Indiana Jones. He's an X-ray motion picture, rodeo to the bone.
Yeah, that was Wiley Gustafson and Wiley in the Wild West. Do you want to talk about this guy? I think you were kind of excited about him.
Yeah, he's apparently his sister, or I can't remember if it was his sister or his cousin. Somebody who's in his family is the lieutenant governor of the state, and I think she recently got. I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Like, first of all, that this particular lieutenant governor, I think, also got in trouble for like basically promoting the big lie. Yeah, promoting the big lie, and in contrast to like and I think there was something that she was trying to do with polls. I'm sorry, I don't have any of my research tonight for some reason, but for that part, like I know that she's a right winger, and that pisses me off sometimes because she's one of those people that doesn't believe the last election was actually valid, and that's what I don't like.
Yes.
But the other thing was that this Wiley Gustafson is like actually a cowboy, and
Yes,
that's why he's
fourth generation,
like an expert here. Yeah, fourth generation cowboy.
Oh, fifth generation
Okay.
Montana cowboy. So his family has been cowboying in Montana for 5 generations, which likely means that some of them did some shady shit. But we're not talking about them. We're talking about Wiley the Wild. Wiley the Wild. We're talking about Wiley. But this is fun though. This is fun, like a little bit honky tonk, but not too much for me. You know. I like actually a lot of the country that we discovered in this list. I think Wyoming has actually got some even better country coming up. But I like that he's an actual cowboy. He apparently yodels as well. I'd love to hear that. But yeah, it's you don't often get a legitimate cowboy making country music. That's not typical, you know.
Yeah.
Some people don't even know there are still cowboys.
The one thing that I got to add before we move on from this track is that for some reason the listing is really weird on YouTube, and I've never seen it like this before. It says Wiley, the Wild West, and Wiley and the Wild West for the entry.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
noticed
like, wait.
that.
It's like, why are there like 3 artists? Why are those all separately? Like maybe it's like a royalties thing. Like they all get a piece of the pie. Like
he's actually cloned the entire Wild West band, and it's double. It's him and then 2 of the band.
Wiley and the Wild West is a shell company that
yeah. That's actually they're into the oil game. You know, they want to jump in right now. It's a great time to get into the oil game. Who was it that was getting into the oil game on a previous episode?
I think we were talking about Lil Wayne's dad. Lil Wayne's stepdad.
Yeah, Lil Wayne. Yeah, that's right.
I forgot his name. What's his name?
Birdman.
Birdman, yeah.
Yeah.
And he got a tattoo. He got a tattoo of an oil rig.
That's
an
right.
oil derrick. And then started saying that he was promoting his oil company. And then later on, the tattoo disappeared, and people noticed that the LLC also disappeared. And it's like, are they connected? Yes, I believe so.
They came to his house and they took his tattoo. Like, you can't have that anymore. This failed. But I also enjoy the lyrics though you chose for Rodeo to the Bone.
He's at Frankenstein, yeah.
Yeah. That's fun. That's right. I couldn't find this one because it keeps on taking me to a different song. But it's a fun song. It's a good country tune, and we're just gonna move on. This next track is that's right. This is from someone that you've probably all heard of, but you might not know that he makes music. David Lynch is who we're talking about. He is a director of many things. Twin Peaks is probably the one I'll bring attention to, since this is Montana. It's like, oh, that's where he got Twin Peaks. He's from fucking middle of nowhere. But yeah. This is a really this has nothing to do with Twin Peaks though. This is Good Day Today by David Lynch on his album Crazy Clown Time.
Send me an angel, save me. So tired, so tired, so tired, so tired. Send me an angel, save me. Send me.
Yeah. Crazy Clown Time.
It's hard to choose a good spot for this one because Good Day Today is a good, chorus in this, but I thought it was interesting that he included the gunshots.
Yeah. It's like a real hip hop move. But this has got such an interesting vibe to it. Like, I wasn't expecting it to sound so fresh, I was expecting it to sound like an old man making music.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like that. Like, it's his voice, because if you've heard him talk, you can recognize it. But, like, yeah.
Sounds like he's using like a vocoder, right?
Yeah, something. It's very reminiscent of like John Carpenter, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And he actually, so he made music for Eraserhead, I think, was one of his first times doing co-writing. Excuse me, co-writing music. Ugh, fuck. With someone, and then he just continued to do that, which really comes through, I think, on his stuff, because there's something very special when a director does the music and the filming and directing and all that. Like, it's tied so intimately together in almost uncomfortable ways, But Karen O from the Yeah Yeahs, it was involved in this project. For a couple of these projects, he brought in someone to help him out. I think Licky Lee was the next person that he worked with. But we could have picked a song that had like some of her vocals in it, but I thought this was a fun. It's a happier kind of tune than some of the other stuff you hear from David Lynch, and it's got a really
bop.
Positive chorus.
Yeah.
You can jam to it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's not only an atmospheric weird fucking mind fuck or whatever he's doing.
Right.
Yeah. You don't feel like you're in the lodge or anything. You feel
No.
okay. Yeah.
I am the arm.
I don't
even watch that show, and I know so much about it because of memes and like random shit.
Oh,
that
you've
makes
never
me, like,
seen it?
Well, okay, so I tried watching the first season, and I started with the first episode of the first season, and I tried so hard to get into it, and it just felt so like it. I feel like the first episode drags a little bit, to be honest. Like, it's a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like it took me 3 maybe before I was like on board.
Maybe I'll just like get
did you get
super screwed up and one day and try to watch the whole first episode. But
did you get to where the agent comes in? The guy that's the agent, he's in a lot of other things. He's got black hair, kind of.
it's not Kyle MacLachlan.
Kyle MacLachlan, that guy.
It is him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff with him.
Yeah, I
It's probably his
don't
best
remember.
character.
I think I did get to that point, but I also feel like it's been so long since I tried watching it that I don't remember much about it.
There's
about the
like
first
a point,
episode.
like, it's watching it is like staring at like a car crash or something. Like, you really shouldn't be watching it. You don't want to watch it, but like then eventually you see so many details you just can't look away.
Yeah.
And eventually it gets like that. It's like, what the
Okay.
and the second season's even worse as far as that goes. I haven't even got through the second season because I can't stand it. So, I don't know. I'm told that it's worth it to finish it, but I don't know. I'm still really hung up on just all the characters ignoring really, really obvious mental health issues. It's like, what is going on? But I don't know. It's a dream or something. Who knows? But we're gonna take a quick break though. before we get on to Wyoming. That's all of our Montana tracks. When we come back, we're gonna get into some heat with Kanye West from his album Ye. Or Ye?
Whatever you do, don't stop. It's only been an hour since everyone on Earth heard those same words. And after seeing what happens, I won't be stopping anytime soon. Their screams kept me moving, and I'm exhausted. He'd stopped moving. Black tears streamed down his expressionless face, and then he smiled. I wish I could say witnessing his dying moments was the most horrific thing to happen to me today.
Well, I mean, this album is already playing with time and space for 3PO and R2 to even understand these references.
Why not get 3
And
John
you know
Bon
what?
Jovis?
Later we're going to find out, right before John Bon Jovi dies, they take a recording of him, and it's all beeps and whistles, and they use that for R2-D2 back in '76.
Oh my God, you broke this wide open.
It's the only thing time travel.
Wake up!
Wake up, sheeple! John Bon Jovi is R2-D2.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the spawn building on Stonecraft. Today, I am going to pay a visit to Gil because I need to get some more supplies for the nether tunnel that I'm planning to build. I finally figured out a pallet in the last couple of weeks, and I'm going to have to gather a lot of good blocks. I already have a lot of the things I need, but I still need some copper. That's why we're going to pay a visit to Gil. But Gil does not do voice chat, so I'm probably going to be speaking for him in what I think is a good Gil voice. I don't know what that is, but he's Bowser right now, so yeah. What does Bowser sound like? He sounds like Bowser? I don't know. I started going north, and I forgot that Gil used to live in the north on the last time we had a world, and this is a new world, so he's south. Or no, he's east. I'm sorry, east. He's all the way down, I think, too. Makes sense. There's a G. I just have to remember that his tunnel is almost constantly unsafe. Hello. What? How do you say that? Look at this chest monster. This is ridiculous. I mean, it's classic Gil, but in general. Hello. I know it's some of what you need. This is my best Gil voice. I don't know. Shucks. Did I just say shucks for real? Okay. Unsure of others. Ain't that such a turned table? I think he means that everything's different since last server where I sold a lot of netherite and never really had much. I mean, I had a lot all the time, but it was just all consuming. Okay, so what am I needing? Soul sand. I got that now. Do feel like I should bring along some more stonage. And I can also grab more stuff as I go. I'm gonna probably have to build a protective casing. Part of the problem right now is that I don't know what the design of the north tunnel is going to be in the future. So I don't want to have to tear back my tunnel. So I think that the first 10 blocks or so coming off the north tunnel will be generic blocks. Nevertheless, I guess what I'm trying to say is this project is proving to be a hurdle if I want to make it right the first time, which is to say I really want to use some of the most expensive blocks in the game early on, and I had to gather a lot of them ahead of time, and I haven't even figured out exactly what it's going to look like yet, but I can promise you it's going to look cool. Also need to build rails. I guess the limit here is how much gold I have, really, but I think 48 might be enough for a very austere railway system. Now, the last time I tried to do a time lapse, it didn't quite work out because I ran out of the blocks that I needed, which were the amethyst blocks. This time, I am for sure not gonna run out of blocks, right? I'm going into this a little bit blind, so maybe I should be coming up with a design first before we head out. Thinking that this is a good mock-up for a window to start with, but it's going to use a lot of the copper that I just bought. So I don't know for sure. I do like the way that it looks from the inside, though, because I think it would be cool to have like little observation decks you could look out and see into the nether. And then I think over here I would just make, you know, on any part that isn't, that's just through a hallway, it'll probably just be like a sheer wall of these carbon bricks, as you might call them. And then I think on the ceiling, I was thinking about trying to go for a organic feel and maybe put like patches of moss and mossy cobble up here, and then have like glowberries hanging down here and there. Yeah, that might be the best. Part of me also feels like I'm doing this wrong. Okay, so I do think it needs to be stairs or slabs underneath here. I do think that's one component that I'm screwing up. It would be a pain in the butt to do it like that, but I think probably be worth it. Oh yeah, I was definitely doing it wrong before. Yeah, so that's way better. If I maybe added in some andesite and or, you know, stone stairs to this, it would be tedious. Probably worth it. I have a few projects I still have to do to be able to finish this. Let's see here. I like the look of that better. Just means might end up needing more calcite, but that's just gonna be the window side. So the other side, I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do the insides of stuff yet, but I feel confident that I have enough to really get started. So I'm going to start transferring some items to the nether. How about instead of worrying about whether I can finish it completely, we get as much as we can done. I don't know if you can tell, but this is about the point where I realized I'd bitten off way more than I could chew to do this all in one go. I actually start tearing this down in a minute here because I realized that I needed more blocks to actually finish this. The design was changing in my mind, and also I didn't want to worry about lava, which will definitely become a existential crisis for me in a little bit here. After doing a bunch of running around for copper to be able to get enough, well, that's where things really started to become an issue for me with the heat of the nether.
I hate you!
Bruh. I handled that very, very, very poorly. I'm just hoping my bow and my wings weren't destroyed. If the lava has flowed over any of that stuff, I'm just gonna be like, I might cry. I might cry. My wings were definitely a casualty, and he's got my sword, so I guess I'm gonna have to whack him with this. I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson. Ah! Alright, so on the plus side, I didn't lose any of my shulkers or any of the items in the chests. But on the other side, I have to go get more wings now. Luckily, we can kill the dragon for wings. But I think I'm just gonna go without wings for a little bit, and we will figure out our way from here. Luckily, I have this nice tunnel that I'm building. Well, later on in the week, Minferno actually said that he needed help removing buttons from the end that he had placed so he could capture the shulkers we needed for our shulker farm. Unfortunately, I didn't record any of that, but mostly it was because you should just watch the Ender Dragon fight where all of us fought the Ender Dragon together. The link will be appearing when I say this on YouTube, hopefully if I remember to add the card. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode. This is the finished product of my nether tunnel, and thanks for watching all the trials and tribulations along the way, and see you next time. Take it easy. Just kidding about the video being completely done. I'm actually going to, I think, finish up the nether hub too, because I was thinking about potentially expanding when I do need to get another portal, but I really don't know where I'm going to have another portal yet, so in lieu of just leaving things as they are, let's get started on the nether portal and get it done, because it's just going to be a one little bit of a hub. stayed up a little bit later than I normally do, and I got done with the hub, and I hope you like it. This is the actual end of the episode now. Yeah, I took care of my nether tunnel and my nether hub today, all in one go. And don't forget to like and subscribe the video if you liked it, and see you on the flip side.
Welcome back, everybody, to the album concept. No, is it going?
Yep. No,
we're back.
we're
ready to
here.
the album sorry,
Yep.
you made a face. I was thinking.
Sorry,
maybe
I
there
made
was
a weird
going.
face. Yeah, I was like...
Anyway, sorry. I should not look at your face while I'm doing the intro. We're back. We're back from the break, guys.
I made a
we're
weird
doing
face,
Montana
I'm
and Wyoming, and we're about to get into the Kanye West track. Before we get into it, I just want to say I'm not going to touch on too much what's going on in the news with Kanye with this one because it's not really my place. Although I will say he is being a abusive ex-lover, which is not cool, and he's doing it in public, which is not good for him. I just I know I've done a little deep dive about a bit of his mental health stuff, and I don't want to get into that too much. But anyway, I don't mean to bring down the podcast or anything. This is there's a track by Kanye West, and I felt it was weird not to talk about it at all because people are like, oh, Kanye, he's being being a piece of shit right now. This is Ghost Town, though, featuring Party Next Door from the album Ye or Yay, whatever the fuck. And it's also helped, there's some production here by Kid Cudi, and the last little bit is from 070 Shake. So here is Ghost Town.
I put my hand on a stove to see if I still bleed. And nothing hurts anymore. I feel kind of free. We're still the kids we used to be. Yeah. I put my hand on a stove.
Yeah. It's kind of a pretty catchy track. I was like really pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed this track actually. Because that's the thing is like people like to talk about the wild stuff going on in Kanye's life, but he has made some good music and continued to make an impact on different generations of rappers as he's gone on. But this track was apparently put together originally for the project. What was it called again? Kids See Ghosts. He was going to make a collaborative album called Kids See Ghosts, but I think they eventually just decided to, fold it into other stuff. But Kid Cudi, though, another host of Comedy Bang Bang, one-time host of Comedy Bang Bang in the playlist. And there's the Weird Al connection with what's her name. So that's all three. We did Weird Al like last week. So I mean,
Yeah.
we're getting
Come
through all
full
the
circle.
CBD musicians.
So, I think it's Ye. It's Ye because I think Kanye now wants to go by Ye. And the album, the reason that it's on this is because Kanye actually recorded this in Wyoming. I think he built a studio or something. I don't know. It's just another part of the weirdness of his approach to art recently.
Yeah. It's probably good that he's got his own studio. out in the middle of nowhere, though. That's like kind of perfect for him.
Yeah. And E-Rate said, I feel like putting your hand on the stove would probably burn your hand rather than make it bleed. We thought the same thing.
Yes. So we were joking about that when we were listening to this. Like, he keeps on saying at the end, I put my hand in the stove to see if I still bleed. It's like, dude, like that's not what happens when you put your hand on the stove. Like you burn yourself. But he was apparently saying, he said this in an interview in Rolling Stone magazine in 2018. If you burn it a lot, burn it hard enough, you will actually bleed. A lot of people ask me about that line. Do you know what a stove is? Bro, if you burn long enough, you're going to bleed. It gets to the point where it's so numb that you don't even feel it. When it bleeds, it's so numb that you don't even feel it. It was a whole metaphor. So, you know, maybe there's some truth to that. Maybe it was really just, you know,
Wow.
this is part of his metaphor. He really thought a lot about this. But I don't know. It could just as well be that they didn't think about it. He made the explanation afterward. But you can draw your own conclusions. It's catchy. It's fucking catchy as hell.
Yeah.
070 Shake is what you were hearing. Kanye's got a great verse. This came out in 2018. So, yeah. I'm gonna have to listen to the rest of this. This is kind of is a pretty good track. I know this is kind of when me as well as a lot of people were on the outs with Kanye because of his shenanigans with Trump. But yeah, it's only 7 tracks, so it's a pretty slim album. So I'm real curious about it. Anyway, we got some other stuff for you guys today. We got for the next 3, we have just some really good old-fashioned country. So yeah, the next one we got for you is going to be by Todd Sampson, and I couldn't figure out who the band is. It the band The Mountain Apple Epidemic?
No, it's Todd Sampson's doing this thing I think that he created called the Mountain Apple Epidemic, and then the song is Repent, Behold Your Fire, I think is the actual track. Okay. So it's like, but he's just like this smaller guy on YouTube. So anyway, maybe we should just
I wasn't able to find lyrics for this one, but it's a good track.
Come on now, what's wrong? Wake up that drunken God. Bring on down that fire, boys. Cut yourself with knives, boys. Don't stop now, keep bleeding. Jump higher, fools keep screaming. No fire, I guess he's...
Yeah, it's basically the whole. Yeah, it's got a good. I think he's just trying to tell a story of some kind. I didn't really look far too into it because it's only that he's on YouTube. But like, if you go to the Wyoming music in Wyoming page on Wikipedia, I believe.
Yeah.
It's like there's an entry that says that Todd Sampson did this thing called the Mountain Apple Epidemic. It's like, okay. And then like there's no other information there. So yeah.
It sounds great. It's I think there are a few like biblical things in there, biblical references here and there. Which is not uncommon. But yeah. This is I think I don't know, it's this and the next 2 tracks like really make me think that Wyoming is like the place to be for like good country western, because there's, I mean, I guess Montana too. There was the guy Wiley, what's his name? But yeah. So there's some good country towns around here.
Wiley Coyote.
Yeah. Wiley Coyote and the News.
Yeah.
Huey Lewis and the Wild Wild West and the Wild Newsboys. Yes.
The Wild Newsy Newsers.
The Wild Newsy Newsersons. Back at you at 6. But yeah, Mountain Apple Epidemic. Todd Sampson. Loving your shit. I like that's a good title too. Repent, behold your fire. That's a nice biblical kind of title if he's talking about that kind of stuff. But the next track we got for you guys is 1,000 Dusty Miles by Spencer Bohren from Making It Home to You.
I followed Highway 61 up into Vicksburg. It's on a high hill. Natchez sitting just below. I sat up on the levee and watched that muddy river roll.
Kind of makes me want to do like a line dance.
Oh yeah.
Like a really just simple, like you step forward, you step back, step to the side, whatever the fuck they do in those line dances.
Hell yeah.
It was, yeah. Nice dancing tune. I wrote down one lyric here. Girl from New Orleans says this, "Baby, it's time to come home." So I thought it was cool you include the New Orleans because like I was thinking a little bit. This kind of got a little New Orleans flair. So he kind of draws attention to it with that line.
He talks about travel a lot in this song, I thought, and this guy's from Casper, Wyoming.
Oh, he talks about travel, you say? So this is kind of a Sufjan-esque song. It's talking about going places.
Yeah, he's talking about he talked about Pittsburgh and Tennessee. And I think that he was like basically going all over. I don't know if it's like a looking for his baby kind of song, but like I'd go 1,000 dusty miles to find. Yeah, then he finds her in Louisiana finally.
Ah, I see. Okay, because he had to make his way down there.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So we have some stuff going in the leaning in the Sufjanity direction.
Yeah.
I don't think anything will be quite as have the Sufjanity of like Oklahoma. I think that's probably like the closest we're gonna get. But was it Oklahoma that we did with Bright Eyes and all that, or Arkansas? No, never mind, guys. Don't worry about what I'm saying right now. Just watch the past episodes if you want.
Go to the Discord also if you want to go to find any of the playlists, at least the ones that we can still keep track of, because I'm sure there's some that we've got to still cobble together again. But.
Probably. But there's also a phone number, 1-608-HIT-NERD. That's HITNERD at the end of 1608. And you can leave a voicemail message and let us know what you think of these songs. Or if there's Sufjanity, or if you think we should have added other stuff. I don't know. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be a lot quicker than 1,000 Dusty Miles too. We won't make you do that. We got another track for you guys. Speaking of Sufjanity, this next track is "The Song of Wyoming" by Chris Ledoux.
Ledoux? Yeah, I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Down in the canyon, the cottonwood whispers a song of Wyoming for me.
Yeah. Song of Wyoming.
Chris French name. You're right.
What?
Right said Chris French name.
Chris Frenchman.
French name,
yeah,
because it's just a French
name of French. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do relate because I'm a LeBaron and no one knows how to pronounce that.
Yeah, I'm a Manny, and people say Manny or think I'm saying Manning, but it's French. Manny. Yeah. It's like an Anglo. I think it's a real French. Yeah,
Oui.
Whatever. Oui. Oh, baguette.
That's why we get along so well. We are both French.
In France.
Oui, oui. Yeah. So Chris Lede, probably. I bet he's like Canadian or something. He's probably came down from Canada or something. Those X's, those X's are always wild. Anyway, song Wyoming. I didn't. Let me see if I can find the lyrics on this one. Because it's about. I'm assuming it's going to give us some information about the state. Also, there's a song of Wyoming by John Denver. I don't know if this is actually the same song.
It might be the same, but I think that
the credits are not very complete.
Last time we tried playing John Denver, we just had to completely excise it from the episode for you to be able to watch that episode.
Huh. I wonder how Ye's going to be about
Yeah,
this.
I wonder.
Yeah, we'll see. Kanye, I mean, if you, I'd appreciate if you let it stay up. Like, it'd be
It's
really
only
cool.
just a clip.
It's cool. It's a cool song. I
Yeah.
want people to know about it. Song of Wyoming. So we got. I wandered around the town, and the city tried to figure the how and the why. I stopped all my scheming. I'm just drifting and dreaming, watching the river roll by. And here comes that big old prairie moon rising, shining down bright as can be. And up on the hill, there's a coyote singing a song of Wyoming for me. I like that. That's a nice little story. Yeah. This is this kind of reminds me of I know you haven't been on these episodes, but we've done a lot of outlaw country on side A. This is reminding me really of like Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson kind of songs. It's that, outlaw country like story songs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me think of
very classic.
Conway Twitty, who would always do like a song. It's like, I left my darling down in Texarkana with only $30 to her name, and she bought a steak at the
yeah
roller rink.
Oh, it is.
I don't know.
It is a John Denver song, by the way. I have found the credits. Written by Kent Lewis.
Kent Lewis.
Okay. Kent Lewis.
I don't know that guy.
Don't know. Man, John Denver always looks like he shouldn't be a country guy. He looks like a hippie.
Yeah.
I guess hippies can be country guys. There's Willie Nelson and
It's kind of that like folk and country overlap, I think, maybe.
yeah. Well, the outlaw country was kind of a bit hippie, There's a little bit of hippie stuff going on there. Definitely in the Willie Nelson camp. But yeah, it's a nice song about Wyoming. I think it ranks up there with any Sufjan song about a state. We're gonna take a complete detour though after this. This next track, we're getting into some punk rock, pop punk, I guess. Yeah, this is no more of the country stuff. We're kicking that out the door. All right. This next track is "Skate or Die" by Teenage Bottle Rocket.
He brings me joy. The second coming of Skate and Destroy. Brian was brave. He hit a cop. He won a trip down in a donut shop. We're waging war against the posers of today. If we play our cards right, someday we might be in the post brigade. Don't be a pussy, there's no need to cry. So shut up and get right, 'cause now it's time to skate or die. Yeah, you don't need to know the reason why. Just shut up and get right, 'cause now it's time to skate or die.
Did you say shut up and get wrecked?
Yeah, I think so. Shut up or get wrecked, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. We got you said about to get wrecked.
Wait, I don't know.
Joy. Mullen's my god. He brings me joy. Oh, Mullen, like the skater. The second
Yeah.
coming of Skate and Destroy. Brian was brave. He hit a cop. Hit a cop. He won a trip down to the donut shop. Oh, the donut shop. The cops. We're waging war against the posers of the day. If we play our cards right, someday we may be in the Bones Brigade. Okay.
Oh, maybe that's like a skater term. I'm not a skater. I've never. Have you ever tried skateboarding or getting into?
I can do an ollie while not moving.
Ah,
That's the extent of my skateboarding experience. Yeah. If I tried to move and do an ollie, I'd probably hurt myself. And now I'm just too old to even attempt such things because I just can't risk not being able to work for that long. So I had a coworker that he's like my age, and on a lunch break he decided to try out the younger kids, the younger workers' longboard, and he immediately fell off of it and broke his heel in the worst way, and it took him like 6 months to recover or something.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. It was crazy. Yeah. Sorry, James. That was hard times. But he got to ride around on a scooter though for a little while.
Oh wow. Nice.
But yeah, so after that I was like, all right, yep, never trying anything new or interesting like that again.
Yeah.
Teenage Bottle Rocket. Skate or die. I'm gonna pick or die. Sorry guys. I'm just too old. But I like this track, and this track and the next track I actually want to kind of talk about pop punk a little bit, because these are the perfect kind of representations of like two schools of pop punk, right? This one in general is got a very kind of early Green Day feel. Like some people might just say this is punk, but I think it's probably pop punk, like early pop punk. The next track is going to be from the Lillingtons, which I think they might share a member, because it says, Associate X Lillingtons here. I'm not sure who's the crossover member, but Lillingtons has a slightly different feel, and this is I Saw the Ape Man by the Lillingtons.
What's all the ape man? Walking on the moon. What's all the ape man? Walking on the moon. What's all the ape man? He's looking fine. What's all the ape man? He's drinking turpentine. Put him on the rocket. Put him on the plan. Send the ape man up instead of the gym.
You know, you say a difference between the last song and this one, and I felt like this one is a lot more like early popular punk music. Like, it reminded me of the Ramones, Blitzkrieg Bop. It kind of had a similar feel to that, but like, go on. I mean,
got that
you
same
should
kind
say
of
what
like
you
grunginess and dirtiness to it. It's definitely in the same school as that. And I was thinking Misfits because of the subject matter. It's talking about an ape man walking on the moon, and it's getting into some like weird, like this whole album had a lot of weird like monster stuff going on in it. So I immediately thought to Misfits because that's what they're all about. It's that school of pop punk where it's coming from. It was like an earlier wave of pop punk, but before, I guess, people were it was like a term that was used as much, because like they call themselves horror pop, I think. So the pop is still in there, but I don't think the term pop punk started becoming a thing till like late 80s, I want to say. But yeah, two different schools of pop punk though. You can go. There's a lot of different ways you can make pop punk, and these are two different schools, other than the like Blink-182 school of pop punk, which is like essentially power pop in my opinion. But yeah, this one, Skate or Die, was from 2009 though, so these are still pretty recent recordings, which is cool. I like this this line here I want to draw attention to. You know, I saw the ape man walking on the moon. I saw the ape man. He's having a bad day because Neil Armstrong took his banana away. It's like
Nice.
Neil Armstrong calling out Neil Armstrong there being a dick over there with
Wow.
the ape man on the moon.
Well, my fiance Megan brought up. I played this playlist for her while we went to Milwaukee yesterday, and she said she didn't understand the lyrics at first, but I told her that it was "I Saw the Ape Man," and once I told her that, she started listening a little more closely, and she was thinking of the ape, the super intelligent ape Pogo from Umbrella Academy, which I've never actually seen.
Yeah.
That's kind of what she was thinking about.
Oh, was he on the moon at one point?
I think he was, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I
Yeah,
think that's
forgot
what
about
she was
that.
trying to say, is that he ended up being on the moon at some point.
Yeah. That's a great show, though. Great show and great soundtrack for the show. I listen to that playlist every now and again still. So good. But, I saw the Ape Man. I really enjoyed the premise. Really enjoyed the weird stuff going on here. Made me want to actually throw on some Misfits, honestly. But the next track we have for you is from another. Well, I don't know. It's not really like anything else from any. This is from the Grateful Dead. One of the guys from the Grateful Dead, Bob Weir. I don't know a lot about the Grateful Dead, honestly, guys. I just know they're kind of a jammy rock band or whatever. But this is the lyricist that wrote this during this stage of the Grateful Dead is John Perry Barlow, who is a American poet, essayist, cattle rancher, and cyber-libertarian political activist who has been associated with both the Democratic and Republican parties. He was also a lyricist for the Grateful Dead for a certain period of time, and apparently a frequent visitor during college to Timothy Leary's facility. So, some OG hippies here. This next track is Black-Throated Wind.
Along with the rest of the drivers that won't pick me up. The highway, the moon, the clouds, the stars. The black-throated wind keeps on pouring in with its words of a life where nothing is new. Our Mother American now.
Yeah. That is from the album Ace, a solo album by Bob Weir. It was his first studio album, released in 1972. And a lot of people kind of consider it a Grateful Dead album because it's got all the members backing him up on it. But looking at the tracks here, it looks like it's got some manageably sized tracks. I don't know what they're usually working with, but I understand it gets pretty long, some of these Grateful Dead songs. But so I don't know a lot about Bob Weir, like I said. I know he likes to jam, probably likes to do a lot of drugs, and this guy John Perry Barlow tooled around with them because it's good to have a good lyricist. Kind of reminded me of like Elton John a little bit, kind of Elton John-y kind of vibe.
Yeah, Elton John, or like kind of reminded me of the band this a little bit, and like kind of acts around the band. It kind of reminded me of that vibe of like just kind of like I don't know. I thought of like classic rock, just but like stuff that rock. That you haven't really heard much of. The stuff that's not like got all the radio play, but the same era as all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's It's definitely belongs in that time period. And it's the lyrics here, I gotta say they're pretty good, you know. I like especially here, uh let's see. You bringing me down, I'm running around, blind in the lights of the interstate cars, passing me by the buses and semis, plugging like stones from a slingshot from Mars. I like that. Stones from a slingshot from Mars. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. It's kind of a road song. Driving down the road in the night, leaving St. Louis, trying to start new. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what black-throated wind means. But
Yeah, I'm not really sure either,
yeah,
but yeah, it's all right.
black-throated wind keeps pouring in with its words of a life that could almost be true. Ah, Mother American night, here comes a light. I'm turning around. That's what I'm gonna do. Going back home. Okay, so we went back home to St. Louis, I guess, in the end. But anyway, black-throated wind. Maybe it's just like driving at night. You know, like the wind. It's dark out. You got the windows down. Maybe in a convertible situation. Maybe these are what were they called? Fucking on the road.
I'm
They're like hitchhiker. They're like hipsters from like the '60s. Like
Beatniks.
Beatniks. Beatniks.
I mean, that's kind of, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think, but they have similar characteristics as what you would call a hipster, even though I think that term is dated. But yeah, I think it's a good track though. Good track. Makes me want to listen to some more of it, more of the album.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's Wyoming though. That's all of Wyoming. Yeah. And at the end of this, what do you think? Do you want to rate them by side? Like, do you think each let's say like side one, like for all the Montana songs, do you think there's a Sufjanity?
I feel like the Sufjanity is. I'm going to say that I'm going to rate them both individually, but I'm going to say that they're about equal, and I would say that they're about at a 6, because I included people who were from these areas that had some. I think there was enough themes in the so with the mother pheasant plucker, like I think that it's kind of fun and cutesy, but also but that aside from that, like I'm pretty sure that there's probably pheasant plucking going on in Montana. I don't know for sure, but
probably. There's probably a lot of
yeah. And then we had Joseph Firecrow with Cheyenne Nation and the Rodeo to the Bone, like the heritage of that. But then on the other side, we also had the Song of Wyoming and the Mountain Apple Epidemic. I'm not sure. It just felt like what I might expect a little bit from some of the songs that I found for these states. Yeah. So it's like a 6 to me for each one.
I was gonna say I think that I was gonna go 5 and 6 on this, but I think it's probably 6 and 6, like you said, because like I was gonna say that the second half is a little more Sufjan-esque, but then like Skate or Die and I Saw the Ape Man are kind of not Sufjan at all. But yeah, so I think overall though it pretty much evens out. I think you're right. These are pretty. I think these both would count as Sufjan-esque albums, and I think maybe we should just get Sufjan to just cover the playlist that we do. You know, that's easier than writing a bunch of new songs. You know, be like, hey, we already found them for you. Just we want you to do your kind of version of this. You know,
and he could be saying like, I put my hand on the Franklin stove. and it was just like a curiosity thing, and he could like tie in some like biblical story. It could be very Sufjan-esque.
Yeah.
About learning a lesson.
Get Ye to come on and do a verse.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that. That's a collaboration we all need. We don't know we need. Sufjan and Kanye.
Yeah.
Or Ye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our playlist today, guys. We're gonna go through, one more thing. We're gonna find out what everyone's been listening to, or what either of us have been listening to.
Yeah.
What we have to plug. I'll let you go first, actually, and then I'll close it off.
Okay. So I've been listening to a lot of 2 Minutes to Late Night, and I keep saying that a lot, but I just really love the covers that he did. I posted their cover with the Cybertronic spree to the Discord, where they did You Got the Touch from the Transformers soundtrack or whatever. What I have to plug is so obviously you saw my Minecraft video during the break, but I got my Grimgar Minecraft channel, excuse me. But I'm also starting a show on Flyover State TV called Nobody Wants to Work Anymore, and I'm going to do it tomorrow night. I'm really excited. I'm going to basically talk about this whole, in my opinion, I don't think CNBC or Fox Business or whatever mainstream news are really properly covering working class people's feelings about the current economic issues we have. And so tomorrow I'm going to talk about what I think might be the solution to inflation and the worker shortage that supposedly is happening. So tune in to this channel tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. That would be Wednesday, February 23rd. If you are watching this in the future after actually the live episode or whatever. So yeah.
And definitely send. And if you want, if you run into any weird, job postings or things that you think could fit into what Nate's talking about, you can send it to him in the Discord, or you can.
Flyover State Television at gmail.com, and I will make a point of making sure all of this stuff is linked later on. It's kind of a process when you have your website and then you got your YouTube channel and everything, but I promise you I'll get working on that.
Yeah. We still got to do regular work to maintain our passions. So, unfortunately, we have to take time away from doing this to pay rent.
Yeah.
But one day, speaking of which, I'll get right to my plugs. I got a Patreon. We got $1, $3, $5 tier. Join up. I'll try to put more content up on there if people are joining up. But right now, it's mostly just to support me and support what I'm doing here on Flyover State Park, Flyover State TV. We got new equipment, help because of our patrons. And I appreciate every dollar that goes. Even if you just come in and just give $1 for 1 month, and get off the next month, that's fine with me. I'm just looking for any that you are willing to part with to help out the Flyover State Park. Also, like and subscribe. Right here below, wherever that is. Like and subscribe the Flyover State Park YouTube channel as well. I'm gonna try to make more and more stuff on there. I got a few things in the oven right now. Hopefully coming out hopefully this week. I'm thinking I'll get at least one of these out. I have a cover song that I'm working on that I'm almost there with, but we shall see. I think I might need Nate's help with some of the video recording part of that. But yeah. Thank you guys all for tuning in. This has been another episode of the Album Concept Hour Side B, and we will be back again in 2 weeks for another state or two.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Maybe 2.
Yeah.